What's going on YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of the Bitcoin rainbow chart, and this is going to be on the log scale. And what I want to do is put this out there for the longer term. So we're going to be looking at Bitcoin in the long term and where we potentially could be in the charts right now. So I think that's going to play an important factor for us as we look at the long-term projections for Bitcoin. And I also want to point out there, I know people have covered this before, but what I want to do is put my take on it. Person who's covered this really well and does a great job is Luis Thomas. Guys, I don't listen to many people on YouTube. I probably stopped about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And the reason for that was I do so much better just looking at price action as opposed to looking at what other people are doing. Then you're factoring in what they're doing, and it can mess with your trading. I think price action is one of the best, but he is one of the very few guys who I do like to listen to. He's great for investing in the longer term, and he's really good with the fundamentals of Bitcoin and just kind of putting it in perspective where we may be in the long-term cycle of Bitcoin. So definitely go check out his channel as well. I think he did a video on this just a couple of days ago, so I wanted to put that out there so you could also look at his opinion on it. But for me, what I wanted to do here was really go through the price action of this and look at it in a technical sense. So if you get some from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll dig into this. So first of all, what I wanted to point out here, you can see right where we're at right now for the Bitcoin price, around that $10,500. It is between basically a fire sale and a buy for the longer term. So as we work our way up through these colors here in the rainbow chart, blue is going to be basically a fire sale. This lighter blue, green is going to be a buy. Then it goes to accumulate, then still cheap. Yellow is going to be hodl. Next is going to be, is this a bubble? Then FOMO intensifies, sell, seriously sell, and then bright red is maximum bubble territory. And you can see anytime we got past that real bright red, we had a long bear market that followed, sometimes several years to the downside, lower highs and lower lows coming in. So we can also spend a lot of time accumulating in this blue and green area right down in this range, and we can spend a year or two in that spot. But since the start of this logarithmic scale back in 2013, what you can see is we've continuously had higher lows coming in, and that's what we're trying to do now. And our price action now is a mix between basically a fire sale and buy, right in that range. So if we start looking up to where it even says hodl, if we were to extrapolate this out and go into yellow there, we'd be looking at around $34,000, and that's in the hodl range. The next one, is this a bubble? When people are going to be talking about, is it a bubble not? That could be around $50,000. So there's a lot of room to run here. And you know, guys, could we go back down deeper into this blue? You know, at $8,000, $7,000, absolutely, it can happen, but we don't spend much time down there. We've poked down through a little bit, but we typically don't spend much time down past that blue area. That's where people are accumulating Bitcoin. And in the longer term, I think it's important for Bitcoin, because all around the world, what we have now is governments just printing money with nothing to back it. There's no gold to back it. There's no silver to back it. And it's just this a smoke screen that's happening. And what you have with Bitcoin, you actually have that, you know, mining, and you have the electricity that goes into that. And that's why I like things like, you know, gold, silver, land, all that type of stuff, things that there's only so many of. And that's what it is with Bitcoin as well, with that limited supply. And when money gets pumped into this, it can really move hard, fast, and aggressively because there's not that many Bitcoins. And what you see is typically these long extrapolated legs that just really blast to the upside. And what that is called is a blow off top. And with those blow off tops, that's where we gain probably 50% of the price on Bitcoin. Say Bitcoin, when it went from 10,000 to 20,000, from 10,000 to 15,000 takes quite a long time. Sometimes it can take months. And then that last 5,000, you get these straight up just blow off tops, like a wave 5 blow off top. And that's where you can gain so much of your price. So, you know, once we're getting back into, is this a bubble, up around roughly, you know, 30, 40, $50,000, I would still look for the anticipation of that next kick to the upside if this chart is going to continue like it has since, you know, even 2013. We look up into this maximum range as we extrapolate this out. It could be over $100,000, and that's why people talk about it. I'm a guy who likes to look at price action day by day, so I don't just say, you know, Bitcoin's going to $100,000. We've talked about that before. But if this chart is to continue, those are some of the projections that we would be looking at. And you can see right now we're basically at that, basically a fire sale and a buy. And also in terms of investing, we have to realize it is a risk. And, you know, are you willing to take that risk? Is the risk worth the potential reward down the road? Because remember, there's only so many Bitcoin. And a lot of rich people will want that just because, put aside the fundamentals, just for the fact that their friend has one or their, neighbor has one, and they're a rich person and they want to be able to have that asset as well. Yeah, it works with cars, it works with homes, it works with everything, guys. So when you have this limited supply and there's only so many and only so many people can have them, it puts that demand towards it, and we have such a limited supply. That's when the price can really grow. And last time, if we go down here and we take a look, this Bitcoin trend price, and this was from 2013 and 14, basically when we get down into that area, that bluish green, that is the time to buy. That's what you're looking at, and that's basically right where we're at now. And you can see the last time when we got outside of this red, we had that bear market. And then that's the time to start accumulating when you get back in this blue. And you can see over here as well. But this is definitely something that I wanted to put out there for you all, just to really look at the long term of where we're at with Bitcoin and still how early you are to the game in the long term. That's what I want to put out there today, guys. If you get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Just always keep your head, keep your calm, and look at these charts. God bless you all.